Jacob, and we're here at Prevelo Bikes HQ in Temecula, California, and today we're going to talk about tire pressure. So we get some emails from parents asking what the correct tire pressure is for their bike. The answer for any bike is that the correct tire pressure is that indicated by the manufacturer on the side of the tire. So every tire in the United States has a tire pressure range that's imprinted on the tire by the tire manufacturer. I'm here with an Alpha 1, which has Kenda small block 8s on it, and it indicates that it has a minimum tire pressure of 40 psi and a maximum of 65. And that's going to be true for the Kenda small block 8s that are in the Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and Alpha 4. So we have a range, minimum of 40 psi, maximum of 65 psi. You can go anywhere in that range. If you go towards the lower end of that range, towards 40 psi, you'll get a little bit more traction. If you go towards the higher end of that range, around 65 psi, you are going to have less rolling resistance and the bicycle will be more efficient. So how do we inflate the tires? All of the Alpha series bikes use Schrader valves. It's the same kind of valve that that's probably on the tires on your car. You can use really any bicycle pump. We're a bike shop, so we have this fancy tire inflator connected to an air compressor, but you can use any kind of hand pump that you have handy. So you locate the valve stem, unscrew the cap, put the inflator nozzle onto the valve stem, and just inflate the tire to whatever pressure you're going for, between, in this case, somewhere between 40 and 65 psi. Let's talk about a couple of issues that parents might run into when they are inflating their tires. So the first occurs when the tire is severely underinflated. So I'm going to go ahead and let the air out of this tire so I can show you what happens. And this is going to be terribly exciting. Air rushing out of the tire. Okay, there we go. So this tire is now pretty underinflated. It's basically flat. When the tire is underinflated like this, the valve stem can push up into the rim. And sometimes it can be difficult to get a bite on it with your inflator nozzle. Because when you push up on it, it just pushes up into the rim. So what I like to do is I grab the rim with my hand. So I'm pushing down on kind of like the interior of the valve stem, which pushes it down out of the rim, and then I can put the inflator onto it and inflate the tire. Another issue is kind of related to the first issue, and that is that parents get maybe a little thrown off about what happens with the valve stem when they're inflating the tire. So the valve stem, now kind of back to the first issue, gets pushed up a little bit, right? And they'll start to inflate the tire, and the valve stem pops out. This is normal. It's normal for the valve stem to pop out when you start with a deflated tire and then you start to inflate the tire because the air pressure is pushing the valve stem back into its fully extended position, which is really where you want it when the tire is fully inflated. Another question we get is, how often should I check my tire pressure? So bicycle tires lose air fairly quickly. It's normal to have to check your tire pressure, I would say no more than once every 2 weeks. You don't have to attach a gauge to it every single time you check the pressure. You can just check with your thumb or your palm just by giving it a squeeze. And you just want to make sure that it's nice and firm, like a soccer ball. And if it feels a little underinflated, put a little bit of air in it. And that will help prevent pinch flats and damage to the rim, and also make sure that you get a good ride out of the bike. That's all. If you have any questions about this or anything else, give us a call or shoot us a message on our form at prevelobikes.com, and have a great day.